One woman convinced America she was a Civil War hero. She had photos, battle stories, even a dead husband on the battlefield. But modern historians discovered something shocking. None of it ever happened. The year is 1863. The Civil War is tearing America apart. Heroes are being made, legends are being born, and the newspapers are desperate for inspiring stories. Enter Frances Clayton, or Frances Clallan, or Jack Williams. She couldn't even keep her fake name straight. According to her story, Frances was a Minnesota woman who disguised herself as a man to fight alongside her husband in the Union Army. She claimed to have fought in 18 battles, survived multiple wounds, and when her husband was killed at the Battle of Stones River, she stepped over his dead body and kept fighting. The newspapers ate it up. She became a sensation. Photos of her in uniform spread across the country. She was the ultimate example of female courage and patriotism during America's darkest hour. There's just one tiny problem. It was all complete BS. Here's where it gets insane. When modern historians started digging into Frances Clayton's claims, they found something shocking. Zero evidence that any of it ever happened. The units she claimed to serve in, the 4th Missouri Heavy Artillery, didn't even exist. The 13th Missouri Cavalry wasn't formed until after her supposed service ended. She claimed her husband died at Stones River. No Frank Clayton, John Clayton, Elmer Clayton, or any variation of that name died at that battle. No military records exist of anyone named Jack Williams matching her description in any Missouri or Minnesota unit. The National Archives show no discharge papers, no hospital records, no pension files. Nothing. It's like she was a ghost. But here's the smoking gun. Those famous photos of Frances in uniform weren't taken during the war. They were taken in 1863 at a Boston studio after her supposed service ended. Military experts say the uniform is wrong. She's wearing a non-standard infantry jacket with an officer's sword. It looks like a costume, not a soldier's kit. And the most ridiculous part of her story? She claimed her cavalry unit participated in a bayonet charge at Stones River. Cavalry units don't do bayonet charges. That's like claiming your fighter pilot unit participated in a submarine battle. So why did Frances Clayton create this hoax? 3 words: money, fame, pensions. In 1863, Union war heroes were celebrities. People donated to help wounded veterans. The government was discussing pensions. Frances toured the country telling her story, collecting donations and living off her fabricated record. She was running the 1860s version of a GoFundMe scam, and it worked. Newspapers reported collections for her. She got free meals, free travel, free everything. But she made one crucial mistake. She got too detailed with her lies. Her story contained dozens of claims about battles, dates, injuries, and units. Fact-check any of them, and they fall apart. This wasn't a confused veteran with memory problems. This was someone who carefully built a fictional military career, complete with a tragic backstory designed to maximize sympathy donations. And the most damning evidence? She gave multiple interviews to different newspapers, and her story changed every single time. Different units, different battles, different versions of her husband's death. She couldn't keep her lies straight. Now this raises bigger questions about how we remember history. Frances Clayton's photos are still displayed in museums as authentic images of female Civil War soldiers. Her story is still cited in books and documentaries. But there were real women who disguised themselves as men and fought. Women like Sarah Edmonds, who served as Frank Thompson and whose record is well documented. Frances Clayton's fake story doesn't just dishonor real veterans. It overshadows the women who actually risked everything to serve. So what happened to Frances after her scam? Strangely, it was never exposed in her lifetime. She got away with it completely. The last record shows her heading to Washington, D.C., likely to claim a military pension with her fake service. Did she succeed? Did she get caught? Did she live rich or die broke? We'll probably never know. Frances Clayton pulled off one of the most audacious military hoaxes in American history, fooling a nation during its darkest hour. But here's the question. If one woman with costumes and a good story could fool everyone in 1863, What other facts in history are really just lies nobody bothered to check? What do you think? Was Frances Clayton a master manipulator, or could there be evidence historians missed? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more stories about history's greatest cons and hoaxes, subscribe, because the past is full of people far more clever than we give them credit for.